Dave Martin. Dave and I have known each other, I don't know, a long, long time. He's in the center for me. I'm not sure where he is for everybody else. But Dave Martin is president of Trace Environmental. Not only is he the president, but he was also the original Visual FoxPro developer of an application. Dave came out of the military. He was commissioned in the U.S. Army, and he led environmental engineers in Kuwait. And during that time, he was in Operation Desert Storm, and he was monitoring air quality of all the oil fires that were going on. That turned itself into a business where his business now does environmental analytics of emissions going through smokestacks. It's very, very important for emission controls, can never be down, has to be monitored 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because they assume that 5 minutes that you weren't monitoring, you were burning tires. And so they want to make sure that, you know, the emissions are clean all the time, and he'll tell you quite a bit about that. Dave, you pull up the anchor here for us. So,
all right, I'm the anchor man. Well, my journey in FoxPro begins about 30 years ago. I was a lieutenant in the Army, in what the Army called the Medical Service Corps, working at a place called the Army Environmental Hygiene Agency, of all places, believe it or not. And really, I can thank Saddam Hussein for bringing me into the FoxPro world. He lit a bunch of oil fires, a bunch of oil wells on fire in the Persian Gulf. Myself and a team of about 30 soldiers and civilian chemists, we deployed to the Persian Gulf and did a large environmental study during the first Persian Gulf War. When we came back, when we deployed back to the U.S., we brought a ton of samples with us. We analyzed those samples, and the intent was to take that data and merge it with satellite imagery of the plumes from the oil fires, as well as troop movement data. And we basically developed an innovative, what was innovative at the time, a geographical information system that could go through and perform health risk assessments of the for each individual soldier based on where they were. So in managing this massive environmental data, I had to get real good with dBase initially, the dBase 4, and eventually led into FoxPro. So got out of the military in 1993, eventually worked my way into a company that had what are called continuous emissions monitoring systems in about 1995. So these continuous emissions monitoring systems continuously collect data that's coming from analytical instrumentation that determine or relate the levels of air pollution going up stacks. Things like carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen oxide, sulfur, you know, things like that. This data streams continuously every minute of every day till the end of time. And long story short is co-founded a company called Trace Environmental in 1995. And basically myself and the other co-founder, we had certain expertises. I was an environmental guy with a background in dBase/FoxPro. He was a controls guy, an industrial controls guy with a background in VB. So we just went with it. And we developed a kind of a merged product that we called DAS 2000, DAS standing for Data Acquisition System, where the VB side was doing all the communication to the devices and the instruments, collecting the data, throwing the data into database into FoxPro tables, and then on the other end of it, we were running reports and the like utilizing FoxPro. So we kind of merged the two, and in the middle we I wrote years and years ago, wrote something that we call the magic DLL, or a little DLL, a little COM object that allowed Visual Basic to write to FoxPro and utilize all the referential integrity inside of VFP tables and databases and the like. So long story short, this is kind of architecturally what we've done today. We've taken this product this DAS 2000 product that we probably rolled out to multiple hundreds of clients. 300 to 400 clients are running this software. This stuff runs, as I mentioned, continuously all the time, always collecting data. It can be anything from a very simple setup, one set of analyzers with one programmable logic controller, streaming data to one data acquisition computer, all the way up to our most complex with 15 or 20 racks of instruments with PLCs and multiple PCs on the network. Data loads are not massive. We're not like, we're certainly not like DHL or FedEx in transaction processing or anything like that. But some of our larger ones will generate 20 to 30 gigs of data per year. We're kind of in that ballpark. So what we've done as part of our migration process, why did we do this? Well, we want to keep the business alive. Let's be straight, right? Okay, FoxPro was working, VB was working, but writing was on the wall, just not only because of security, but supportability, and every IT guy you run into says, "What do you use?" And you get sick of answering that question. What was important to us was backward compatibility. So we did this in kind of I'm not going to call it innovative, probably a complicated approach, in that we left the old FoxPro tables in place, or we allowed access to SQL Server. And we also, I built into this Magic DLL the ability to run under the hood all the old reports, all the old customized reports, because we allowed our customers to highly customize their own reports on their own, and some of them live and die by these customized reports. So we built inside of a COM object the ability to run all these reports without ever knowing FoxPro is there, collect the data, analyze the data, process it, create a PDF, throw it up on a website for them. So in essence, we've created a .NET application that's still under the hood, utilizes some of FoxPro if we like it. Otherwise, it's SQL Server, and then provides the information to multiple PCs, not necessarily on the World Wide Web, typically on internal WANs and the like. That's really the extent of it. Well, I'll add a little something to it. This has been a long process, as John mentioned. We've been at this for 6 or 7 years at this point. It's a long process because it was important to me to provide backward compatibility to our customers. So our new software has all the exact same functionality. It can utilize the same data sets, and it can produce the same reports in the exact same format, as well as opening up whole new capabilities using .NET and the reporting tools that are available to us. You see in this picture just a little bit of some of the instrumentation. We also build the instrumentation. So software is a piece of what we do. It's maybe a third of what we do, but it's an important piece. It's kind of the glue that ties everything we do together and keeps our customers with us. So that's kind of the instrumentation. For the next slide, John, isn't just a simple little diagram that shows a couple PCs on the network talking to a couple PLCs. Again, we get very complex systems to very simple systems as well. To the next, old FoxPro stuff looks kind of familiar to anyone. If anyone was doing this in 1995, you kind of remember a product called Query Maker. Upper right-hand corner there, we did ad hoc queries. We built this thing in, and it's still being used today. Left-hand side is the VB app that allows us to configure the system, and then just some basic FoxPro reports. Old school, still works. Now let's go to the next slide, John. Next, keep going. There you go. So this is the new product, and I think this really relates to Tom's experience. Well, Tom he mentioned he had a lot of different software, different programs that he pulled together with menus and like. We had, because we were VB and we were FoxPro, we had completely separate products that were connected underneath via this Magic DLL and by databases. So we had, utilities and programs and stuff all over the place. It was really disjointed. Well, using .NET and converting it over to .NET allowed us to bring everything under one roof, if you will. So we were able to take all of these disparate utilities, programs, and features and functionality and put it under one logical system that folks could work with. So reception with our customers has been extremely good. We probably, over the last year and a half, we rolled it out to probably 125 of our customers. Probably have another 150 150, 100, 175 to go. Been a good experience so far. And that's it. That's all I have.